asking which expression is a factor of 5x squared minus 30x minus 80. I'm going to first go through the way to do it by hand, and then I'll talk about a really easy way to get the answer only if it's multiple choice like this using the calculator. First way, let's write down our original expression, 5x squared minus 30x minus 80. And what we're going to do with this is we're first going to check for, is there a GCF to this expression? That's our first step whenever we factor. Meaning, is there any number I could divide all three terms by? That number is 5, so I'm going to factor out that GCF. And now that I've factored out that GCF of 5, I can start to use my strategy for factoring. And I'm going to factor this expression, ignoring my GCF till the end. The way I like to do it, at least for 8th grade algebra, is by using a box. This is the model that helps you multiply, but it's also a model that helps you factor. Once you have the box, immediately the x squared and the constant terms can be plugged into the box in the two corners there. The issue is, how does this negative 6x fit in two different pieces along these two corners? To find that, we need to set up what we like to call the magic x. And the way we set it up is we take our a value, the number in front of x squared, and we multiply it by the c value, the constant. That is 1 times negative 16, and we put that at the top. At the bottom, we look at the b value, the number in front of x. In this case, negative 6. Our goal, once we've done that, is to think, what two numbers multiply to make negative 16, but add to make negative 6? So this is often the hardest part about factoring, or at least where people start to get stuck. So maybe take a moment, pause, and see if you can figure out those two numbers on your own. Assuming you've done that, I see that negative 8 and 2 are the two numbers that do that. So that's how we're going to break apart negative 6x. Negative 8 plus 2 makes negative 6. So I'm breaking apart negative 6x into negative 8x and positive 2x. Now we can go ahead and look at this box, and by factoring out the greatest common factor, again a GCF, we can find our two factors. X minus 8, x plus 2. Those are my two factors. So the fully factored expression looks like this. And all I need to do is find which one matches in the answer choices. And I see x minus 8 right here. Now, as for the easy way that uses our calculator, the first thing you're going to do is type in the expression into Desmos. Once you've done that, start typing in your different possible answer choices for the factors. And you're going to notice they just sort of go through and cross with the quadratic in seemingly random places. But the one that is our correct factor, it is going to cross right through one of the zeros. The reason is, as we looked at whenever we were solving quadratics, factors are connected to the zeros because we can find our solutions or zeros by factoring. So whenever you have a factor, it's going to cross through that zero because that's one of the ways we find our solutions to quadratics when we set our quadratic equal to 0. So anytime you have a factor of a quadratic, it'll always intersect the 0. So I can see that that is my answer right there.